What's up, Internet, and welcome to the YieldTomato gaming channel, where I'm bringing you yet another pickups video for 2016. This is a really interesting one because actually, okay, no. I thought it was only 2 franchises, but there's actually technically 3. And there's a bunch of stuff. So, let's start with the, oddball out. Let's go with, a PS4 game that we picked up. That would be... Well, actually, there's more than one PS4 game we got, but it's the only Dragon Quest game we picked up. Dragon Quest Builders. Basically, it's Dragon Quest RPG mixed with Minecraft, which Toriyama has fantastic artwork, in my opinion. It's always cute, always lovable and adorable, especially the slimes. God, I love that controller, too. But yeah, basically Minecraft clone. My wife actually was really intrigued by this, and I love Dragon Quest. So, yeah, we decided we needed to get it, so we did. Go figure. Next up, we're going to start with the only 3DS game we got on this one, and that is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. For those of you that don't know, we did a playthrough on this channel of the original Shantae on the Game Boy Color, which is, possibly the last Game Boy Color released, at least in America, and is also one of the hardest to acquire games for the Game Boy Color. I was incredibly lucky in finding a copy, and not at an absurd price. I paid about $5 to $8 at a game store where the owner is a complete and utter stuck-up bitch. Who doesn't even live anywhere near us. She franchised out her own locations. She's very unapproachable, unpersonable, and she didn't update all of her prices very well, or very often, in the case of the older games, and that one wasn't even in her system until it came in with a bunch of other Game Boy Color games, is my guess, to one of her stores. They didn't look it up, they just, priced it at $5 like all the other games that were probably being brought in at the same time, and I snagged it. Yeah, that was awesome. So, it's a fantastic game, and Pirate's Curse is absolutely no exception. It's fantastic. It's actually probably one of my favorite 3DS games, if I'm being honest. I've been having a seriously good time with it. It's not super long. I am probably a little under... I think I'm about 8 hours in, and I've got all of the cackle bats, and I'm missing, I think, 1 heart squid. But it's a seriously good time, really fun writing, really fun homages to other things. It's a great game. The series in general is great. And to continue along with that, because there's only 2 franchises in this video, for those of you that aren't aware, there's a company called Limited Run Games. And what they do is they get together with indie developers and publishers and say, well, not publishers, developers, and say, hey, do you want to do a physical release of your digital-only game? And they've done, I think, close to 30 now, almost. And they recently did Shantae Risky's Revenge and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, PS4 versions. Now, yes, this was released on 3DS for standard purchase. You can get this on Amazon, the 3DS version. However, the PS4 versions of both of these games were digital only until Limited Run did something. These sold out instantly. I mean, holy crap. I was super excited for this when they announced it, so I went on there and ordered it, but within, I think, about 20 minutes, these were completely sold out. I think that might very well be the fastest Limited Run game sell-through. But they had 2 different covers. It's interchangeable. Pardon me, not interchangeable. They're reversible covers, and it was randomized which cover you got. And I just happened to get the 2 covers I wanted facing out, sealed, which is fantastic because the other artwork for this is on the 3DS game, and this is the other artwork for this is the title screen art. But this is not in the game for either of these, I believe. I think these were just like concepts or promotional things. But it's really cool. The art on this is fantastic, and the music's fantastic as well. Everything about these games is just superb. But since I mentioned music, same company, Limited Run Games, did limited run soundtracks for all of the currently available Shantae games. Pirate's Curse, Risky's Revenge, and the original Shante for the Game Boy Color. This was completely unexpected. I wouldn't have guessed that they would do this, and I'm so glad that they did, though. Because since I'm also a backer for the Half Genie Hero, I'm getting a soundtrack physical for that. So I'm going to have the physical soundtrack for all 4 of the physical Shantae games I will then have. And, Jake Kaufman is a mastermind of music. He's made some fantastic soundtracks. These are no exception. They're super, super good. And I'm just excited to see the next entry in that series release. Half Genie Hero looks like it's going to be great. Kind of a throwback, it looks like, to the original Shantae on the Game Boy Color, which is really nice, but with completely hand-drawn graphics. It looks superb. If you haven't looked at it yet, go to WayForward's website. You can take a look at all that stuff. It's really cool. Next up is the final version that I did not have of this game. And I'm so excited to finally have it. This is probably one of the most important games that I've played for me. One of the most influential in my gaming collection, my gaming archetypes and preferences. And that is Resident Evil 2 PC Big Box. I love the PC ports of these things because their big boxes had more or less the same artwork, but up close they had more detail. On the PS1 version of this game, it's just a black background behind all this stuff, but if you look closely at this, there's silhouettes of Cerberuses, zombies, and even a licker up here in the corner. It's super awesome. I love these things for their art. You open this up, you've got all sorts of other cool little things going on inside here. It's a little bit dinged up, not a whole lot. Not enough to irritate me, to be honest. I mean, it's still in really nice shape, in my opinion. These things didn't usually survive very long. Most people, a lot of people, I should say, not most, threw them out. The ones that do survive, they're gorgeous, and it's raised and embossed. I love Resident Evil 2. I love Resident Evil. I'm so glad that 7's coming soon. Anyway, enough milking over that. I also got a couple of figures for Resident Evil 2. A couple that I was missing. These are from the Toy Biz line. These were released, I believe, early 2000s. Actually, they were released at the same time frame as the PC port of Resident Evil 2, oddly enough, because these actually say Resident Evil 2 Platinum, which was the dubbing of the PC port. The Toy Biz line is not as desired as the Palisades toy line. Toy Biz's line was smaller, just in general smaller, and weren't as articulating. They generally were, as they would call them, action figures. There's basically like a single action that the figure would perform that was somewhat reminiscent to the games themselves. Like there's a button on the Ivy here that causes the face to open up, and for Leon, there's a little trigger on his back that throws his arm up, so when his gun's in it, he, quick draw action. And really neat thing actually with the Birkin figure here is the eye actually, there's a little twisty knob that you twist it and the eye looks around. That's really cool. But the Palisades line was their larger figures. They had more points of articulation, so you can move them around a bit more. In some cases, I would almost argue the Toy Biz line was a little bit more accurate in some cases in terms of their overall appearance, but not in all cases. I would prefer to have the Palisades line. In fact, I don't think I have any of the Palisades figures yet, but I've got quite a few of the Toy Biz line. The Toy Biz line is generally more affordable. On average for these things, you're looking at usually not too terribly much more than about $15 to $20 a figure. The Palisades line, you're looking at the low end for any of the given figures, about $36. And that's the low end. Usually those figures are anywhere from $45 upwards of $80 to $100 depending on which figure you're looking at. Particularly hard to get would be the Wesker figure from Palisades, as it's the only Wesker figure they made. Between, I think, both Palisades and Toy Biz, I think Palisades only did the single. I don't think Toy Biz ever made one. Yeah, so I love this series and I love these figures. I think they're cool. I've got them lining in my closet, actually. At some point, they might make their way out around the rim of the room. Haven't decided yet. Anyway, so yeah, super stoked to have these and to go up along the wall with all the others. So what did you guys think of any of these? Do you have any of these? What are your thoughts on the Shantae series, or the Resident Evil series, or even Dragon Quest Builders, the Minecraft clone with RPG? Yeah, anyway. Thanks guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below. Yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think. I personally am a huge fan of Resident Evil, and of course their the big box things, as I mentioned. You guys got any of those? What are your thoughts on them? They do run on current PCs. Not very well, though. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Just click the link above my head. And stay up to date on all of our pickup videos, reviews, which I swear I am working on another one, and Let's Plays as we post them. We're having fun with a lot of stuff we're doing. We're not super active, but we're still here. So, again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, guys, and we'll see you whenever I post another video. Peace.